Hello everybody, and welcome back. I'm Count Christo, and this is the If Necessary for Years, If Necessary Alone campaign in HOI4 Black Ice. In the last episode, whoa, that's laggy, we held back the Japanese offensive and began our counter-offensive. In this episode, near the end of the last episode, we got a little bit kind of wishy-washy, weren't being very intentional. I want to make plans, accomplish them, and make progress. It was also slowing down quite a lot. And we're going to try and run it on speed 4. It's weird. Speed 3 runs a lot slower than speed 3 does at the beginning of the game. But if you actually pump it to speed 4, you can get close to the original speed 3 speed. Which is a bit counterintuitive, but that's okay. So we have a problem. The problem is that the German Reich is mighty and strong. And this is a big problem. They are very close to Moscow. About as close as they got historically at their maximum extent, and simultaneously pushing towards Stalingrad, threatening to move towards Baku and take the Soviet oil fields. There are several things we can do about this. One, we can invade Iran, which I will do via focus. After doing this one, we'll go straight on to doing that via focus, although I really do want the other land doctrine research slot. We can invade Iran, conquer the country, and then position a force here and build the infrastructure necessary to supply that force, such that if the Soviet Union were to collapse or Germany were to conquer Baku before that, we could launch a counteroffensive and attempt to take Baku away from them. Worst case scenario, we hold this river line and we are able to bomb Baku and destroy the oil fields there that way. But ideally, we move forwards and hold a line, including the rest of the Caucasus. There are other things we can do, though, one of which is win in the east. If we can defeat Japan, I can refocus my attentions on Europe. One of the things, there are lots of cool things about Black Ice. One of the cool things it does, I think, is that because there's so many decisions you have to be making, especially compared to vanilla, you kind of get the feeling of a country that is, has too many things to decide. Like, we have too many things to focus on. But, that creates the kind of realistic feeling of, like, we can only really have all of our attention dedicated to one front at once, which is kind of cool. Okay. So, to the first end, we are positioning lots of men over here in preparation for a potential invasion over here, and we have some men over here as well. They're actually quite well supplied. Oh, we have a supply hub all the way forwards here. Okay. Meanwhile, the Iranians have essentially no troops, so if we can get to war with them, we'll be able to bulldoze in fast. But ironically, we're actually competing with the Soviets to bulldoze in, because the Soviets are already at war with them, but don't appear to have any men on the relevant front. In fact, if we look, the Iranians have actually made progress into Baku already. Now, in terms of beating Japan, first off, slogging through these mountains, it's not hugely relevant to our victory. We have them tied down here. Why are they not encircled and destroyed? Oh, because we haven't actually beaten them in a fight there yet. Okay. You three finish off some of these guys. You guys should be strat redeploying. And you guys, you're going to the Chinese front, aren't you? Yes, so the other thing we're doing is going to refocus a little bit. The Chinese will win the civil war because we will destroy Japan. We don't need to worry about backing up various different little bits of the Chinese front. Let's focus. Let's wrap up Indochina at best speed so that we can then focus on, we'll be taking the Chinese coast, which is still relevant, and getting naval bases close to the Japanese home islands. At sea, Japan is a spent force, so we don't need to worry about them too much there, but we will just keep our ships assigned. Right, there's the improved Supreme HQ. That is a nice thing to get. We did naval invade with garrisons here, yes. These are basically suicide naval invasions to capture their supply hubs in the region. But they appear to actually be holding fine. They'll de-org slowly over time, but not for too long. Good evening. So we finished getting all of our command upgrades, which is nice. Gives us that extra command. Now, what do I want next? We could go down our defensive depth stuff, but we're more interested probably in starting to get some superior firepower doctrine done, which is what we decided on, I think. Yeah, we had decided on this, and basically I'm in the business of not questioning my earlier decisions. So the only thing is, do we do that first or this first? I do think the supply grace, org loss when moving. Just thinking. Weekly war support's obviously pretty good. Experienced officer losses is good. Yeah, I think I'm going to go down here first. Or hang on, we have a tech bonus. We should use it on the longer tech, which is this one. Okay, good. Now, the Marines have taken Saigon. Just keep beating up on this guy, so he's not able to go anywhere and do anything. You guys are, yeah, you can strat redeploy actually. That's fine. Now the other thing we need to do is hard pivot to tanks, and I will do that. We need to get inventing so that we can have proper tank divisions going on. What just happened to all of the Chinese divisions that were right here? They vanished. In order to push along this coast, oh, they are still there. I just don't have intel on them. I really think there should be an agreement that you can make faction leader to faction leader, saying share intelligence, and then just I see everything that I would see as if they were in my faction. Yeah. Oh, we haven't named this task force. That's outrageous. This is the primo guys, right? Yeah. Right. No, you know what? This is the cunning fleet. Cunning force. Oh, we're not paused. That's the cunning force, and the other one is the ham force. it's the clear way of doing it. There we go. This is Black Ice for HOI4, by the way, chat. I should probably make a command for that, huh? And yeah, if there's no one around here to contest, just seize the entire coast. Okay, the Marines are on their way. These two are, yeah, still winning that. But since you guys have shown up, I'll hit you too. Okay, we've got them encircled. 2 divisions should be more than enough for that, so let's be having the other one over here. Good. But yeah, we need to pivot to researching tanks, because it's obviously very bad that we do not have any tank production. One way I'm hoping to do that is by occupying some Japanese land directly. No civilized, you know, measly letting them get away with supervised states or anything like that. Alright, Mediterranean Bastion followed by Secure Iran. Soviets shown up to push back yet? Yes, they have. It's unfortunate. They are in the Axis, aren't they? Yes, so when they surrender, it's not like there's going to be a peace deal. Alright, so there's the better naval AA. Is there anything else I want to add to my ships? Yes. Better fire control system. That will be the last thing, and then we'll do a retrofit. One of the things I actually quite like about Black Ice is making your armies have to be smaller. Makes you make more decisions, and I like decisions. Okay, good. More men have shown up in here, which means we can actually start to push out from here. But the Marines, I should repurpose to elsewhere. So Marines, come up here. Let's get ready for our invasion of Taiwan. There's one ship docked there. Yeah, the mountains here are a bit problematic. Okay. Got them there. You lads are... Where are you going? Ah, right, yes, I sent you round. It's not really necessary, is it? Well... Yeah, I might as well hold the Japanese here. And since we're pushing from the other side, I don't want to advance in from this side, because that would give China ownership over the stuff. But, oh yeah, that's right, that's right. Don't go across here, because it's really low infrastructure, so it takes an incredibly long time to get there. Instead, come down here to Rangoon. Good, you too. Excellent. You do need quite a lot of armies, yeah. But it makes you, yeah, I don't know. I kind of like it. It makes me think about how we should be organizing things. They are attacking into here. Let's just show up to... Oh, hold. Hold, my god. Let's just show up to try and hold that port from them. And we're coming in behind them. Good. New decision? Military parade in Baghdad. Yes, please. Spending some consumer good factories on political power is very much my jam. Now, the other things we should do are get our radar coverage going. Because right now, it's not number of military factories that's holding me back. So get me some serious radar coverage over this whole region. In fact, over here as well. And also out of Albania. I want to know where the German troops are. I want to have the advantages to fight them in the air. They're outnumbering us in the air here at the moment. Do I have enough for another wing of Spitfires? Yes, I do actually. Okay, let's put them in Thessaloniki. There's some allied planes. I guess I'll put them here. They're in fine supply there. So, 8, there we go. And yeah, we will continue to have the French provide the manpower for them. And then we're going to throw them... No. Throw them straight in. Good. Now, down here, those two... I think I should keep flying them there, because this seems to be where... Yeah, where Italy likes to send their bombers. Now, these are carrier bombers. They're actually quite good carrier bombers, but our carriers are kind of doing fine without them. So let's bring them over here. Okay. So here we have broken them on the front line. Good. We didn't get the encirclement though. Press straight on in here. We need to try and break through the front line. Right, and then there's just these Cass. I could do with them. No, I'm just gonna hold them in reserve. Head home. Fly back to London. They've got aces, but yeah, that's fine. And then also, this fleet, they're not deploying ships down here anymore. Like down into the very bottom. So we don't need to have the main fleet around here. Just don't let them even leave their island anymore. I'm going to have my main scouting fleet and strike forces positioned such that there's just nothing they can do. One docked in Hong Kong, the other is currently docked in Singapore. But we're going to change that. We're going to put them both in Hong Kong, where they can repair better and where they're going to be closer to the action. Excellent. Okay, now answer guys, which is just the people on the carriers. That's not a problem. Yeah, that invasion of Bangkok was very successful. I'm very pleased with how that went. You know what else? I bet we have good compliance. That's fairly good compliance here now. I was thinking maybe we could go for something more harsh than local autonomy to get some more factories out of it, but I think it's needed. Spitfire Mark 5. We're sticking with that because I went straight on to the next Spitfire. Bunch of naval victories I don't need to read. And a bunch of convoys I don't need to read. There's no template right now for the artillery spotter planes. Have we built enough of them to introduce them? No, but we're getting there. Let's add another factory to that. I would like those to beef up our artillery some. If you could reinforce this attack. But yeah, mostly I'm just interested in trying to get this area under our control. We don't even have to link to it necessarily by land. Now I need a scouting sub, please. Or some escorts would do. 2 escorts. Just hold and then sail over here. Oh, they're miles away. I would rather have liked some that were close by, but that's okay. Yeah, we just want to sail over and have a look here. Yeah, it's running much better now that I've realized that the performance stuff isn't working the way I kind of expected it to. It's good. Right, some fighters here, clearly not doing their best work right now. Let's have them rebase to here. Also, I think a larger airbase in Central Macedonia would be good. And potentially we want to beef up the infrastructure here because we are holding this in the end. This might be a front. Excuse me. This might be a front from which we do, in fact, end up pushing out more from. So let's beef up the infrastructure here. And Hong Kong, I no longer need the radar in Hong Kong. It's just unnecessary because we're gonna win. We're gonna win without it, basically. The threat is Germany, and we should try and keep that top of mind when making strategic decision making going forwards. We're fighting Japan such that we can beat Germany, and we need to act like it. Now, where are these two? They're on their way. Okay, we can merge those two then, and also, yeah, shorten the amount of stuff they're trying to defend. I don't want to accidentally lose Saigon here again. The other thing I'm almost tempted to do, is activate battle plans, but let's not do that. Just charge across. Just get this coast occupied. Move out, in case you weren't familiar. Move out. Persia Yugoslavian infiltrators. Okay. Doing well here, pushing in. Yeah, you just move there. You can go straight on to here. In fact, if they lose all their org in this attack, we'll just counter-offensive them there. Okay. Escorts are nearly there. What are we looking at? Anything defending here? Nope. Okay, that was foolish of them. Launch. And then also... Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Cancel. You're still going, right? Yes, good. Check Taipei as well. Want to know if they're garrisoning up there. Yes, we have decrypted all these ciphers. Fine. And Chuko turning some men down. Alright, and immediate counteroffensive. Not quite immediate enough, but still enough that we should win. Yep, Taipei also looks like it's completely ungarrisoned. In which case, one of you guys can stop and be assigned to a new naval invasion to go up there. And another of you guys can stop, be assigned to a new naval invasion to go after Okinawa, which is also apparently ungarrisoned. Japan is just... There are two ways to interpret it, right? I choose to... You could interpret it as just the AI is incredibly stupid. The way I choose to interpret it is the poor Japanese AI has just lost so many men to the British... the massive sinking of so many of their convoys that they're just completely unequipped to deal with the situation. Alright, you guys. I actually do think I want to use you here to just ensure that this is a riotous success. So let's have a move in to do that. Okay, and yeah, we decided we're not going to invade the Philippines because there's no real need. That's fine, and they are... Yeah, they're cleared out of all of these islands. Americans have been doing some of that. Good stuff. And you launch when ready on both of those. Which will be in what? Still 7 days? No, 6 days. Have cut it down a bit, and yeah, more landing craft are being invented. Situation in Balkans. Stable. In the air. Wow, they have a lot of planes, man. We have to... I think fighting the planes, though, is good, because it's going to diminish the number of planes they can deploy against the Soviets. And cause them to use a lot of fuel. But yeah, we need to open up some new fronts so that we have some more supply situations, better supply situations. One of which is obviously against, excuse me, against Italy. That'll be an easy one to supply. We can just grab some key big ports and then ram in the supply that way. That'll be no problem. Obviously, taking out Vichy France is also going to be good. Okay, these guys are all moving in nicely. Our supply situation here is, yeah, you know, disastrous, but get as much motorized stuff as we can coming out of Saigon. And then we should also probably consider the fact that I bet I have some motorized places I don't need anymore. Yeah, like here, and here, and here. Good, so we can regain, and here, gain a whole bunch of trucks back by doing that. Might have done it here as well, yeah. Don't need that anymore, now that we're not actively fighting in these areas. Same story. Good. Okay, that'll be a lot of trucks that we just freed up for usage. Yeah, we've got 6,000 heavy trucks now. Exquisite. And the encirclement is... Where are my men moving in here? Ah, we got allies moving in here. Okay. You guys moving on in. That's fine. And there we go. Landed here with no serious opposition. Just move up. And once we get that airbase, that's going to seriously diminish their ability to operate any planes in China, which will help them out. Which in turn will mean they will tie down more of the Japanese infantry forces and help me out. Now, where else do I have infantry? We deployed a bunch over here, didn't we? Yeah. So, you, my good man, Cunningham. Maybe, I don't know, maybe a drive to the sea from central China wouldn't be the stupidest thing in the world. Either way, let's bring you up to Singapore. So that we can be ready when I want to send you somewhere else. Have you in the vicinity. Alright, these guys are not being opposed, so I'm just gonna snake my way in, leaving my rear covered. You can go here, here. And that is actually all the way to Hanoi. Good. And these guys are just advancing east mostly, taking that railway line. And yeah, the other way to get a supply here, obviously, is just to connect to either of these hubs along the coast. Let's actually try and do that with one of these infantry. Just run along that railway line. More naval mission efficiency, strategic bombing visibility, ace generation chance, air superiority mission efficiency will be good. And then bomber defense. Yeah, none of those are imperative. It's probably also time for us to start producing some CAS. Also maybe some recons. Could be good. Yeah, let's invent the Hurricane CAS. And that's the next sensible next step. Alright, let's do encirclement. Just Push them out. It's into mountain, so it's tough, but with backup we might be able to pull it off. Right, we finally ran into some resistance as we go along this coast. And off go our next 2 naval invasions. There's Mediterranean Bastion, so there's Quran. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, you can go back to convoy defense. And also convoy defense needs to extend up to here since we're going to take Okinawa. Our casualties. We're looking pretty good. We've only taken 167,000. And a bunch of them were just being silly right at the beginning. On the other hand, Japan, 1.2 million, just to me. Oof. That's as many casualties as the Soviet Union, the German Reich has taken total. And a lot of the casualties that we have inflicted, a lot of them, were at sea. We sunk, I think it was 800,000 Japanese manpower in the first 2 months of their war, just when they were trying to launch naval invasions down here and utterly failing. It was glorious, to be honest. Malaya, give me control of Northern Malay. I want to have full control over what I can here. Okay. Rolling along the railway, moving down the west. Good stuff. Alright, and there's the landing in both places. Static A3, nice. Okay. We should get heavy anti-tank. Probably, I think. To deal with the Germans. No. We should be focusing on tank techs. Yeah, okay. So I need to start inventing tank armor, basically, which I haven't done yet. So there's advanced tank armor, and then there's the construction types. Okay. We also need engines. I think we decided to go with diesel engines, so I'm just going to stick to that plan. But yeah, let's start getting this. Basically, any research slot that can be on tanks, unless it's on something completely critical, should be on tanks right now. Because I have to get some tanks so that I can actually fight the Germans on remotely even terms. And the way we would advance this front, I don't know. Ooh, counteroffensive by the Soviets. Nice. They've retaken the Crimea. What was that I just invented? I have an amazing ability to forget things extremely quickly. It is 1942 now, so more trickle back wouldn't be the worst thing. More glossal moving would also be good. Lots of this I want. Yeah, let's get that trickle back. And the reason I want the trickle back is mostly not for manpower reasons. It's just for soldier experience reasons. You can fall back now. They're actually showing up in force on this front. Is that across the river here? I'm not sure. Okay. Good. There's... I did occupy it in favor of myself, didn't I? Whereas this one, it's giving it straight to Republic of China. Just occupy the rest of Okinawa. And then, honestly, I suspect... And yeah, let me check. Where are you guys right now? Down here. Who's near here? Well, we can just send our main carrier, our main fleet, I guess, but... No, who's around? These subs are. Okay. I bet the home islands of Japan has, like, no one defending it. So I'm tempted to move a bunch of men to Taiwan. Like Cunningham's guys. Where are they? Still... Oh, you idiots. Always with this stuff. Go by boat. Okay, we'll just force them to go to Calcutta and then take them from there. I think I'm going to send Cunningham's boys to Taiwan and then launch a marine naval invasion of home countries and then just go from there. I think sub-raiding should become a lot more targeted. I want the Japanese to not be able to take troops from China and send them to the home countries once they realize that they are under an existential threat. That is my desire. So, you guys, we will send the Marines from Okinawa to Nagasaki. And you, I do want them to finish capturing this state because it improves the supply situation. Yeah, you should keep backing off, that's fine. Now we're into, you know, this kind of grinding mountainous area. I don't really want to fight a grinding mountainous war against in China, so we'll just leave these guys holding down that line. Meanwhile, these divisions have come over here for some reason. Because I just left this front line rather than deleting it. My bad. Let's have them go down here instead, just to prevent any kind of breakout from that angle. Move in here if we can. We can't. These divisions are not very good. These are the light infantry Indian divisions. Okay, we'll just use them as holding then. That's fine. The Gurkhas are coming in from behind. Should be good, and I suspect there's not many men now between me and my objectives here. And yes, indeed, as far as I can see, let's head right in here. As far as I can see, there's very few Japanese troops on the home countries. In home countries, rather. Send you there. As soon as we've got that airbase, we can go from there. Coming in here, good. Okay, I'm just gonna stand up, hang on. There'll be a whirring noise. Can't remember how well this comes through the mic. Hopefully it's not too loud. I think it'll help me stay alert. Okay. Good stuff. Right, another naval victory. Oof, another heavy cruiser. They do not have many of those to lose. More aluminium, good stuff. We will be able to beat Germany. The question is just how hard it's going to be. And obviously, I want to minimize that. I want to try and do this efficiently and effectively. There's hospital up, less attrition. I don't really want to go ahead of time on these. Like losing the production efficiency base and stuff. And factory repairs, repair speed. Going ahead of time on factory output 30% does seem good. You do lose some retention. We've been losing retention this whole time. I totally didn't realize that. I think construction would be nice. Give me the power grid though. No, wait, hang on. Oh, okay, that can't be on tanks. I was going to say, shouldn't this be on tanks? Alright, coming in here. You're capturing that. Nearly done, surely? And once you are done, you're going to go from here to here. Why can't I assign that? Oh, because it thinks I'm editing the existing one. Which I am not. And if they're really not defending these things... If they're really not defending their ports, then... I mean, let's just go buck wild. We will attack simultaneously across this whole line. Seems good, and then we can just land troops that we've been holding in reserve to come and do it. So Cunningham, delete all your orders. I want you in Taipei. At best speed, please. That's not an attack move. Don't know why the game thinks that's an attack move. Okay. Let's pull back here. Consolidate to just holding this coastal bit. We can let the Chinese worry about holding this area. That's fine. Alright, and then you guys should also be on strike. Good. Okay. Oh, there's 2 of these islands. I didn't realize. Alright, and those subs, having gone in there, do confirm again that there appears to be nothing in there. Good. You coming over here. I wonder how many men the Germans have holding, like, France right now. It may not be very many. It may be that what we can most do to help the Soviets right now, and to help our own interests as well, would be to launch a D-Day. Because they appear to only have, you know, relatively sparse garrisons here. Because they're probably desperately trying to send men over here. So, with that in mind, I would like a new infantry army, please. Don't quite have enough men for that. That being the case, I'd rather dedicate it to more Royal Marines, probably. And the motorized divisions, we made these, like I made these as good as I wanted them, I think. Oh, that's why you'd use motorized rather than combat engineers. It's because they're faster, obviously. Okay, yeah, add those. We can afford this, yeah? Surely. Yeah. Anything else I want to put in here? Even motorized, the heavy artillery would slow them down. I'd like a few more motorized divisions. Just going to start cutting into transport trucks. Okay. Yeah, give me those. Good. We have the political power for a new thing. Could do wartime international loans. But I think I don't want to, because it just continues to hurt my stability, and I'm very happy with my stability capped out right now. We could encourage women to work, but then we lose stability again. We could go not allowed. It costs you consumer goods. And yeah, you lose population. Well, not population, but workers. Yeah, none of those really appeal. Decisions-wise, use political power. Could request the Azores lease. Don't think I need that, though. Stability for research speed. Actually, yeah, I think we do want to do this. Do that, and then I'll do some propaganda to raise it back up again. Because the research speed will be nice. Free dockyards, huh? How do I get more dockyards? Yeah, we don't need to train these, actually, that's fine. Well, we definitely don't need more submarines. Because once Japan falls, submarines have basically outlived their usefulness. Because it seems the Italians aren't interested in overseas stuff anymore. So more... yeah, just more Sedesims, I think. Just give me a bunch of these good destroyers. And yeah, those do get trained. Good stuff. Okay, and then yeah, stop building subs. Oh, sorry, it's one is higher than infinite, I forgot. Speaking of people going to the training squad, what do we got? Oh, hell yeah! Our York classes have deployed. Nice. Just too late to be useful, but still very cool. And we have a bunch of new destroyers, which can head over to the East Reserve. And some escorts, which can join one of these escort fleets. Good. Whoa, suddenly a whole bunch of Japanese planes causing problems. Well, we no longer need these 200 fighters here. let's get them over here. Right, so we're not able to base out of Taiwan, of course, because they are, it's Chinese, technically. Not under our control. Okay, Cunningham, when are your men going to be in position? 15 days. Yeah, suddenly taking a lot of hits to my convoys and escorts and subs, all kinds of things. Getting these 3 in the air will be a good deterrent to that. And these guys still can't really reach all the way up here. Yeah, okay, so these anti-ship planes that we have deployed down here have outlived their usefulness. We have successfully destroyed the vast majority of the what you call it, the Imperial Navy. So let's have them redeploy down here and just ensure that there's no funny business going on with the Italian Navy. It's still 200? Oh, right, because they're some lower in the list. 100 there. So I'll put another 100 here and fly here. 150 actually, that tops it off nicely. Good. It flies over skies over Serbia. It cost us a lot of planes, but the enemy has conceded the ground. You love to see it. Good stuff. Yeah, it cost us 200 losses, but we have secured the skies now. That's excellent news. And the constructions continue apace. Good. Okay, here we're looking fine. Here, yeah, things grinding a bit to a halt, but just from loss of organization from moving through this area, basically. But we have them on the run, and we're getting there. We're getting there. One of you can move in there, no problem. A little bit of a counterattack to prevent this victory here. Good. And we have men now positioned in the north. Can at least throw them back into their own territory. Looks like maybe we can't. These Japanese Marines are... It's pretty quality division, as I've said before. You guys should strat redeploy down. Okay, now we could beef up the naval bit of the airbase, but I don't think we need to. They've got 300 bombers here, but they are dropping like flies. Excellent. New decision? Oh ho ho, Yugoslav infiltrators. Does it actually remove like support for other parties in Yugoslavia, or do we just do it forever? Because they're pretty solidly locked under the Regency Council. At least that's what it seems like to me. Okay. They're still holding the Shandong Peninsula, or at least parts of it. That's impressive work. Okay. Cunningham, where are your men? Here they are. Okay. Yeah, and what we actually want to take from Japan, it's just the home islands, basically. I want the factories that are on the home islands. And I've no idea, if I invade Japan, I don't know what it'll do. Like, it might go like, ah, that's not historical. And then it could trigger all number of things. But, we will see. We will see. But yeah, plenty of naval bases back under Chinese control here, which is good. And we have reached the coast, or very nearly reached the coast here. Just keep those marines under attack. Nice, good fuel refining. It's great to have. Straight on down to the next level of fuel refining as well. Yeah. Could be good, just to import less. Or just construction. You know what we are going to need, actually? Let's start going down all these defense works things for the entrenchment speed. I think we're going to need entrenchment speed so that we can take and hold positions with our naval invasions. Because so far, entrenchment speed hasn't been very relevant because we're holding positions in a very kind of long-term basis. But it will be. Let's motorize this. This doesn't need to be motorized anymore. Good. We can move in a bit here. Good. Meanwhile, Cunningham's men wend their way. And once this is wrapped up, this army can get reassigned as well. And honestly, I mean, yeah, I think I'm going to start abandoning some of these defensive positions down here because, realistically, they're not going to launch naval invasions. Still a lot of my ships getting hit back from the air. Not many being destroyed, but we are taking the bombers down, the fighters down, though. Some of these guys are a little green. Could be better. Maybe I should fly my carriers through here, just so that my carrier fighters can have a go at them as well, but that's risky for fairly obvious reasons. Okay, we are up here now. Ah, darn, you were meant to go... I was envisioning you going all the way up. Let's connect in here as well. Connect in here, connect in here. Good. You can connect across there as well. The sooner we get supply, the faster our men will move. Naval invasion. Oh, I say there's not going to be any more naval invasions. As I say that, naval invasion in Sumatra. Interesting. By the way, are we up to like counting as having a large army now? Yes. Cool. The motorized continue to deploy. Bunch more marines. Good stuff. How long until my next naval invasion tech? 76 days, so realistically we're probably going to launch the invasion of Japan before then. And just some subs. Yeah, Germans. Oh, interestingly, the Germans are flying a lot of planes over central Germany. Maybe the Americans have started doing some strategic bombing. That would be good. I'm ready to naval invade here. Sorry, ready to land invade here. And did I in the end? Yes, good. We have these guys here ready for naval invasions up there. Here's our marine. Put him in here. And in fact, send him to Gibraltar. We just send him manually to Gibraltar. And then we can have him do some... Ideally the Marines will be able to finish up in Japan and come back in time for the naval invasions of each of the ports of Vichy France. Because when they join the Axis, I obviously don't want a whole bunch... because we're going to declare war on them. I obviously don't want a whole bunch of Italian and German troops flooding across and reopening the African front. We won that fair and square early on, and I mean it to stay that way. Indian cavalry just acting as a blocking division there. You are free to charge up here. Good. Okay, Cunningham's men are arriving, which means it's time to activate the naval invasions, which I will do one by one to avoid activating the battle plan in China. Launch. They may take some dings from the air here. I fully expect them to, but hopefully we can disrupt some of their bombers without taking too many hits. Yes, you two are standing by. That's fine. If I hold you, does it stop you telling me this? No. And I can't merge them, can I? No, because one of them is TAC bombers. That's right. We have 10 TAC bombers left. Alright, away goes the naval invasion. In fact, my main... Yeah, the Cunning Force. Go on naval invasion support, please. Just to make sure. Should have done that earlier, obviously, and should have had them in position sooner. But I think that's a good idea. We're also finally beginning to run out of convoys, so I will actually start producing some more. Do you not produce them with docks? Are they produced with military factories? Or are they under here? No. Have I somehow obsoleted them? Are they escorts? No. Oh, here they are. They're just under nothing. Let's put that at the top. Put 4 on that. That's fine. As some of these tinies finish, they can switch over. Haven't had to produce a single convoy all war. Would have had to, obviously, if the Germans had done a more effective convoy raiding campaign against me. But as it is, we're doing just fine. These guys are in low supply here, but I think it should even out. It might be partly because it's what's it like over here? It's 30 still, actually. Yeah, let's move them over here into our land. Okay. Invasion force is going up. Landing unopposed as expected. Some minor hits there. No, that was on a sub-force. And yeah, fighters are nearby. You haven't built a single convoy the entire game? No, not a single one. You start with thousands, and I haven't needed more than that. We've barely lost any. We lost about 12, I think. Alright, landing at Kagoshima has been uneventful. Send in 2 of Cunningham's men here. At best speed. Germany didn't sink almost any of them. Their submarines were wholly ineffective and they barely built any. And then we had them completely bottled in the whole war, and then they just didn't really do much with them. In fairness to them, we didn't have as very much import from America much of the time, but yeah, it was a complete stomp in the North Sea. They did sally out once with their whole fleet when my men were sent east. Oh, hello. They sallied out now. Large capital ship arrayed against a bunch of smaller ships. Not looking great for you. Torpedoes hitting him hard and fast. He might take one of my destroyers with him, but it looks like he is bound for the bottom. Torpedo hit, torpedo hit, torpedo hit, torpedo hit, torpedo hit. Wow. Torpedo hit, torpedo hit, torpedo hit. He's getting in big trouble. I demand they expel German businesses. We're going to declare on them in a second anyway. He's received 8 critical hits. Did we get him? Where was that? It was just here. I don't think we did get him. Oh, it was so close. Modify government. I really don't think any of this is needed. So I think I'm just going to store up the power. Or maybe, yeah, refuge to Italian scientists. Because right now I think research speed is more important than factory output. Okay. Yeah, he just got away. That is unfortunate. Oh, but now he's caught again. Bye-bye. He's got a bunch of planes backing him up. But it's not going to save him. Look at this guy. He's on like 1% health. 1.3. There he goes. Nice. Brought down by 1,000 cuts. Want to provide some planes, Lend-Lease, by all means. And there's the main landing. Get some men in here. At good pace, please. I think actually, maybe we send more than that than we did into Osaka. Alright, off they go. Meanwhile, just cruise through. They're not defending the home islands. They overcommitted. They believed in their mighty navy. And that will be their downfall. In fact, don't do that. Just, I think it'll probably be faster to naval invade again. And we won't launch these naval invasions until the reinforcements have arrived. You guys, yeah, same actually. Just stop there. Let's just launch these as naval invasions. And you can go here, and then we'll launch a naval invasion from there. Good stuff. And yeah, they can't send reinforcements back. Like, it's too late. Once we beat them at sea and we deployed all our submarines, it was too late. They couldn't move men to and from the home islands. Because if they tried, they would be obliterated en route. Nothing they can do. Maybe we should hop to port while infantry wrap up the Japanese mainland. Thank you, chat. That's a good idea. Great minds think alike. You guys don't need to be on invasion support anymore, really, but I think I'll leave them on it just in case. Whoa, what happened to my fuel? Oh, it hasn't tanked. We just got a bunch more. Ah, okay. We just captured a whole bunch of Japanese fuel tanks. Which makes it look like we're suddenly very short on fuel. Nice. I will, however, just nip out and occupy Kyoto while I'm here. As a treat. Go from here to... We can only really attack places with ports. I guess we'll land here as well. Good stuff. Infantry have arrived. Just wrap up these areas, please. Good. And it's Cunningham and Cunningham in the invasion of the Japanese home islands. Nice. A few dings here and there, but generally doing pretty well. Speaking of Cunningham Jr., as I will think of him, can we promote him at all? Can make him a war games leader. You know, offensive doctrines hard to argue with. Anything else you can get? No. Officer corps roles. What the hell? Ah, yes, that's right. You can make people available as chiefs of army, having trained them up. I forgot about that. So is there anyone we want to retire? Can you not see their level on this screen? Where do you see their level? I guess I could do it from somewhere here. Ah, yes, we never did do this last Spirit of Naval Command. Fleet coordination, surprise attacks, attack, sortie efficiency, less likely to retreat but more critical hits, mobiles, force. I think positioning is what's most important to us right now. Let's do that. So yeah, generals. Sort by skill. But you can show me assigned ones as well. Yeah, so Brooke, for example, he's already the head of the boys. But Claude here. Can I not? I can't select him from here. Field Marshal Claude. Okay, Claude. So I could. Ah, he's already available for two things. He's already an advisor. Okay. Who else is... Well, let's not worry about it. We can worry about that in a future one. When you already have a ton of advisors, I don't think you need it. The junior is general already? Yeah, this guy. I was thinking... But we could make him a chief of army. So if we'd skilled him up, he would be... an offensive doctrine chief of army would be pretty good. Enemies have air superiority here, apparently. Give me some more fighters... We must have taken some air bases already. No, actually haven't. Okay, we'll just fly them to Hong Kong. Actually, hold them. Yeah, hold them and then fly them to Hong Kong, so that they're ready or closer by when we want them. I mean, he's the younger brother of the admiral. Yeah. I know. It's this dude here. IRL. Yeah. No, I do know that. Thank you. Was it not you that told me earlier? I thought it was. Free military factories. We need more Spitfires, honestly. Keep going on more and more Spitfires, because we are going to need a lot of them. It was you. Cool. Well, yes, I'm aware. You know I'm aware. You told me. Alright, you boys planned yet? Nearly. And honestly, let's actually abandon your plans in China, because we helped the Chinese retake this section of coast. Now it's up to them to see if they can hold it. So all of you can just come over here, I guess. And that way I'm able to activate plans. So we also have a new Singapore garrison that landed here. And is it this one? Yeah. So let's switch those over to a different army. And you can actually start trying to move very slowly. Alright, sort some of these orders out. Alright, good. And we've got them up against the coast here now. And we've got Hanoi. But we have left a tile open here. Whoops. They might have forced it open, actually, now I think about it. You guys can move in here. Good stuff. And then, yeah, just connect that railway up as far as you can. Good stuff. These guys are going out. China did a freaking sterling job, by the way. They held it down against a, very powerful adversary. They did a really good job. Made my life a hell of a lot easier. Oh, I nearly did it. I nearly did it. I nearly activated a battle plan. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna stay true to my principles. Okay, good. I mean, apart from naval battle plans, they're obviously allowed. Activate. And hold this one. No. This one. Ah. This one. There we go. Off they go. Okay, we've got men here, and they're all moving. Yes, good. Naval invasion support ongoing. How much do we have to get them to make them surrender? 25% or less, and the reformed government of China and Manchukuo definitely aren't majors. So this will be a peace deal. A peace deal in which I don't know how much of the participation we're going to get. We've done... Look at that. Sunk enemy ships, 1,300. Yeah, the US is not going to get much. But, oh, the French Republic... Well, okay, that's not going to be against Japan, is it? But yeah, China will get a fair amount of contributions. So considering we made that agreement through that event, oh damn, that probably actually might completely determine the peace deal. I was by reading the event, it sounded like it was just saying China gets back all its cores, but maybe it means China gets back all its cores, and the way we enforce that is by having an entirely scripted peace deal. I hope I'm wrong, but I do now suspect that. No more lend-lease from USA. In here, in here, in here. Good stuff. And the other naval invasions are away. Tokyo is obviously a huge portion of their victory points, so grabbing that's going to be a big gain. And we've already landed here. Let's immediately replan another one. And with this close, we can actually land places that don't have ports. They're trying. They're really trying. But they just haven't got it in them. Oh, Italy. How did Italy get destroyers here? Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Italy, how did you do that? Maybe Italy has a focus to buy destroyers from Germany, and they were up there. They're secure Iran. Oh, and the second we finished that focus, they declared on us. Interesting. Bad decision, I think, Iran. Very, very bad decision. Alright, in we go. No hesitation. Get in there. We need to have as much of it as possible. Soviets, you don't understand. It's not about denying you geopolitical advantage. It's so that if stuff doesn't go your way, I can beat Germany. Charge. Cool. Next focus. Give me that army doctrine research slot. A wild ace appears. Connect the Don Railway. It is along here, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, that's right. The railway actually only goes to here. I forgot. France and America want to join the war. No. You're already in the war. What are you talking about? They're in the Axis. I forget how those exact systems work. Okay. Marines are heading off, and as soon as you're ready, do send off the next bunch. I'm really glad I figured out that the slowdown was just being caused by the game running weirdly slower at speed 3 than speed 4. And before you say it, yes, I understand the game always runs slower at speed 3 than speed 4, but normally it tries to run at speed 3 at speed 3, which it seems very much like the game was not doing this time. It was instead, you know, running some slower speed at speed 3 that was less than speed 3. And yet, you know, the game was still able to go faster when it wanted to. Go from here to here. Assign you to that, but you should have time to grab Tokyo first. Tank radios and the integrated fire control system. I'm tempted to not upgrade my ships, because I don't think we need to. Like, there's no particular need, is there? There's no one left. There's no navies left to fight us. All right, you know what? If you're all going to demand that you join this war, I will let you, because I don't want to have all these pop-ups. Good. New decision. New thing. Tank radios we just invented. Let's just keep going down that list. Get the improved tank radios as well. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Keep coming along here. Should have no problems with supply as long as we start in the ports, because there's, you know, they're big ass ports. Okay, you go from here to, I don't know, where else has Japan got cities? Here. Before you do, just hop out real quick. Come on, Japan. It's time to give it up, my man. It's not going your way. Propaganda against Iran, that's okay. Military parade in Siam, of course. Yeah, that'll be fun. Get some political power that way. Got these guys cut off and trapped in the jungle. An unenviable position. Cuba has been called in, fine. Right, and this actually isn't French anymore. Like, France has no more claim to Indochina than anybody else, I think. French Indochina views it as a core state, but they'd have to release them. Yum, bum, 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 bum. Okay, another decision. Oh, baby. Goodbye, Yugoslavian infiltrators. Oh, yes. Did we rescue those guys? We did. Good. So, it's time to put a bunch of people spying all over, including Vichy France. I want to know what they're up to. Alright, a couple more Royal Marine divisions. Send them down to Gibraltar. Good. Yeah, still lots of German, Italian... these guys, Japanese plane activity down here. But they're paying for it. And we're gaining experience, I assume. Yes. Good. Do launch these new naval invasions just as soon as you can. But we may not need to. What is up with that front line placement? That looks really weird there to me somehow. Okay, we got that extra spot here, so do come on in. Fly a bunch of them there, and then a bunch of them over Japan as well, actually. Yeah, actually, let's put them all over Japan. Because then we can move faster in Japan. And thereby win faster. Doesn't seem like there are many Japanese divisions left. I think there are quite a few. Yeah, no, there's still lots of them. They're just all in China, and they can't leave. Because anytime they try and leave, I sink them. So British Indochina? Quite possibly. Quite possibly. There's aluminium here, isn't there? No. Just some rubber. There's some oil, though. You guys launching when? Tomorrow. Excellent. But yeah, we need to try and occupy as many of the Japanese states as possible, such that they're easiest for us to take in a peace deal. Alright, off they go, and off they go. And you guys must be taking here, right? Yeah. Good stuff. Getting very close now. Very close indeed. Landing here's good. Head on up. Though, don't do it that way. That'll surely take longer. You have to cross that river twice. That does slow you down, right? Crossing rivers? I'm pretty sure it does. This Japanese division is holding out. Outrageous. That's not allowed. We do rule the waves indeed. Sendai is the new capital. You're landing there, right? Yep. Pick a new capital, Japan. We have this one. Let's race. I'll try and go across the mountains, and you sail all the way around the country. See who wins. Haven't even bothered to garrison Tokyo. Complete air supremacy up here. Send some down to southern Japan, where it's a bit more contested. Boom! Boom! That's for the Cunninghams. The people that made this victory possible. So I can't remember how you game peace conferences. Like, I can't remember at all. It's interesting that it's showing... Ah, because these are resources, technically. I was thinking, why is it showing those but not normal factories? That's why. Okay, so... what do we want here? First off... we've got quite a few points. So first off, give me Siam and the port here, at least. Because this makes my... like, this is much more plausible from a... like, we can hold this much more easily in the future by having a railroad all the way down here. As if, that's kind of like a role-play way to look at it. But and then beyond that, yeah, I do just want to take... your industrial capacity. So actually, we probably don't need these inland ones. Yeah, just connect the coast. I'm going to intern one time, and then I think China's going to take a bunch of its cores. And then I'm going to pass, and they're going to take some more. Pass, they're going to take some more. Pass, they're going to take some more. And now I have loads of points. Give me a bunch of Japanese core states. Like, maybe all of them. Okay. Boom. We got the Japanese home islands. Boom. Now, Manchukuo, also fairly industrialized. Might annoy China. Let's pass a bit more. No, they are starting to take Manchukuo. Okay. Yes, there's some resources up here. And some small arms factories and stuff. So I am going to take that. And yes, it's connection to the coast. And then Korea hasn't got much in it. Up here, factories-wise, one military. There's some here. Some in here. And the northern bit is way less populous, right? Yes, it's bad infrastructure. I don't really want that. Yeah, the ports, the islands rather, very cheap. Might as well expand my reach into the Atlantic. Ooh, and that one has aluminium even. Yeah, any of the ones down here have any resources? Doesn't look like it. But for the prestige, it seems fun to take them. And then, yeah, neatening up borders. We're out of points. So, yeah, let's take the rest of Korea. Can't quite. Good. Could take Shanghai. That'd be funny. Yeah, just give me these two for borders' sake. Oh, they've actually got more points than me now. These two for borders' sake. That seems like an okay British occupation area. And then this for the oil, and so that we, you know, have an endless fight with the Soviet Union. And then, yeah, some of this is really cheap. Let's have that. Have that. Give me all the rest of this area. British Indochina. We're the ones that fought for it. Pay no attention to the French people in our regiments. And then I could supervise state the rest of Manchukuo, but I'm not gonna. Now just some more islands. And then it's just Manchukuo, which is fine. And yeah, this isn't a very pretty border, but that's okay. It's a much more defensible border. Shortens my border with the Soviet Union quite dramatically doing it this way. Boom. Done. It might be now that it triggers the event that like gives a bunch of things to China. We took 41 states. The Philippine government in exile would like to return. It's time to return them to their territory, or the time is not yet ripe. Yes, that's fine. You can go home. Okay, look at that. Nice. We have redrawn the borders. And we still get resistance here, right? Yeah, because it's not a core. So they're still gonna, you know, they're really not keen on the idea of me owning this place. But we will we'll worry about that later. Yeah, I think this is a pretty... We've just got a lot of military factories. I don't know how many it's actually going to translate into that we can use. Like 2? Or do I have to wait for the day to end? Let's wait for the day to end and just see what the situation is. Because I suspect we're going to get some more military factories and dockyards. No? That's actually all we're getting right now, with no compliance and civilian government. Wowza. How do you tell how many factories you're actually getting from an area? Is it on this map? I don't think it is. Do you go... Occupied territories? Japan. We get 10% of their factories. Probably because we haven't filled the garrisons as well. Waiting for a bunch of stuff to get delivered to garrison them. Yeah. But hey, we're gonna get there, and then, you know, get some compliance gain and stuff. 10% of their resources. Yeah, we get 12 factories out of the whole of Japan, but that's okay. We'll get the compliance up, try and get that resistance down, and in fact, that's something we can do with our former people that were working on Japan spy network wise. We can root out resistance with them. We need to do the same up here as well, because there's a bunch of factories there. And then maybe one more. Who's currently doing something not very necessary? Yeah, the Vichy France. We want the networks down here. We don't need the network up there. Come root out resistance. Ooh, here as well would be quite good. That covers quite nicely. But yeah, maybe here would be good. I might use a bunch of them for this, actually, to be honest. And also, did we upgrade the rooting out resistance stuff? Yeah, no, we haven't. So let's upgrade that. That'll be useful. Okay, but either way, I'm going to see you all in the next episode. That is obviously a massive victory. In the next episode, we will reorganize the Navy and stuff to adjust to the fact that, hey ho, would you look at that? With the exception of Iran, we're not at war with a single province outside Europe anymore, and Iran's going to fall pretty soon. So we can rededicate our focus, position our armies, ready to spring a trap on the Germans from many different directions, mobilize our mighty navies to completely control the sea lanes around the German Reich, and we're in a pretty good spot. Good stuff. Okay, don't worry, Twitch not going anywhere, but YouTube, thanks for watching me, and I will see you all in the next episode.